going on? Welcome to another week of the Movie Phantom's Horror Review. I'm your host, the Movie Phantom, and welcome back. We're back to business as usual. Last week we did the horror movie summer marathon, but right now we're back to what we're doing. So yes, welcome back. Now, before I get started, this week, I have had a huge increase in subscriptions, and I just want to say, thank you everybody out there who has subscribed. I do appreciate it. But there is one thing I want to throw out there. I do want, I'm going to lay it on the table. I'm going to throw it your way. Because, I surf YouTube a lot. And, I come across things. And if I like, several videos, I'll subscribe to that person, Or someone, hits me with a subscription, I'll check it out. And if I like it, I'll subscribe to it. But I know it's like, I'll subscribe to just anybody. And then, like, next day they'll be like, hey, thanks for the sub. I'm hitting you back. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that you're subscribing, but at the same time, I want you to, subscribe because you actually like what I'm doing. You don't have to hit me back with just like that, hey, I got you back. No, don't do that, at all. Watch it, and if you don't like it, don't subscribe. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings at all. So, don't, just hit me up because I'm hitting you. I'm hitting you guys to actually like your stuff, I want, the same thing. If you don't feel the same way, hey, it's, don't sweat off my sack. It's all good. So yeah, but once again, everybody out there, and I know it's like a lot of people are recommending me to other people. I appreciate that, and yeah, I got throw it out to the old fans as well, the ones who kind of stuck with me from the beginning. Same thing, getting the word out there, and I do appreciate it. So once again, from the Phantom's dark heart, thank you, thank you. Tonight we got two more movies for you, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been hitting the ones that I love. I'm hitting the middle of the deck right now. I'm literally hitting the middle of the deck. We got the Changeling, not to be confused with the Angelina Jolie, movie. We're talking about the old school George C. Scott, Changeling. And then we got In the Mouth of Madness for you. So, boom, right there. We'll hit more on that, later on when we get there. Now, if you guys can remember back, I know it's been 2 weeks now, but we did the question of the week a couple weeks ago. Once again, I skipped over it last week because, boom, special. But, yeah, the question was, what was your top 3 Stephen King movies? And this is the biggest one we've had thus far. 4. I had 4 people reply back, and that's freaking awesome. No, that's not sarcasm. I know I come across sarcastic at times, or all the time. Not at all. I'm happy for these 4, and I want thank the 4 people who did it. Appreciate it. We do have and we had a video response this time too, which I never really think to ask for a video response, because I'm just like whatever's easy for you guys, and normally it's just that click it away, but my eyes are open. 78 hit me for video response, and buddy, I appreciate that, I really do. So I'll go ahead and get to it now. This refresh, we got so many this time. I'll go ahead and refresh you guys. My top 3 was at number 3, Pet Sematary. At number 2, Carrie. At number 1, The Shining. And I'm not gonna lie, Pet Sematary and Pet Sematary and The Shining, I seen sprinkled throughout all these top 3s. Not Carrie at all. That little piggy didn't go to the market, Alright, so here we go. Alicia hit us up, and she said number 3, hers was Misery, which I do enjoy. Love Misery. There's not a whole lot of Stephen King movies I just don't like. There's some out there, don't get me wrong. There are some out there I just don't, but not very many. Number 2, she said Shining. At number 1, Pet Sematary. Boom. My Eyes Are Open, 78. Hit me with the video response. And dude, you said something about, you're sorry for the cussing. Hey dude, it's all good. This is a family-oriented show. Clearly. But you know what? A little cursing there hurt anybody. You're good, my man. He threw out Salem's Lot. And I really hate that you hit Salem's Lot. I'm really happy you hit me with the video response. If you saw, I did a review a while back ago. So I think I'm just being a dick right now. But I did review a while back ago. I'm just not huge on Salem's Lot. But hey, it's your opinion. I respect it. I appreciate it. Number 2, Christine. Fucking awesome. The best of the cars going crazy movie. And then, yeah, number 1, he did Shining as well. Winter King 1967 threw him out there. He hit Misery at number 3 as well. Lawnmower Man. I do like Lawnmower Man. I won't put it as high as any of that. To me, it is a guilty pleasure movie, but I do like it. I enjoy it. I own part 1 and part 2. Part 2 sucks balls, and I still kind of enjoy it because it's a bad movie, but it's so bad it's good. And then his number 1 was a Night Flyer, and I have not seen Night Flyer yet. I know, hey, don't crucify me just yet. Some of them I hadn't hit yet, and that's one of them. I have not hit I hadn't hit that or the Langoliers. And wasn't there also like one like with old people on the plane? I didn't see that one either. There's a few, like I said, the miniseries. I don't hit a lot of miniseries. Movies, I'm pretty sure I hit them all thus far, but yeah, miniseries, not so much. And then I'm gonna butcher this name, dude, and I am sorry. I believe it's Riz Jokers 1000. Like I thought it was like real Jokers, but the E and the Z, whatever though. That's the Riz Jokers 1000. He threw up. Oh, you know what? My bad. I got this all switched around. I got everything written over here, and my handwriting is so small. Let me rewind real quick. Winter King 1967 hit The Shining #3 at #2 Pet Cemetery, and #1 was Night Flyer. I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. And Riz Jokers 1000 said #3 Misery. At #2 was Lawnmower Man, and then his #1 was It, and I do love It. And I'm gonna hit this in a second actually, because there was a little bit of news with It, revolving around it. We'll get that a little bit later in the show. Sorry about that. Mix it all up. This is how I repay my fans. Or my friends. I don't even want to call you guys fans. I call you guys friends. That's I'll get your shit wrong. Just all the way around. But yeah, thank you, all four of you guys for hitting me up on this. I do appreciate it. This week I decided to go since we are doing the Changeling, because I always try to do the questions that kind of correspond with the movies. Even though I've kind of picked two middle of the deck ones. We're gonna go top 3 ghost/haunted house movies. Now, there could be a lot of like, well, what do you mean? No, it's what are right now. As soon as I said that, 3 of them just popped up in your mind. So any 3 that you want to throw in there, I'm cool with. Like, I don't care if you like, what was it? You consider this one? No, it's whatever you want. I will state that I did not put The Shining in that, even though clearly it is a ghost/haunted hotel, whatever. But, I can just throw Shining in just about anything, and it'll just dominate every top 3. So I did kind of take it out on this one. My top 3 would be, at #3, going to get some hate for this, The Grudge. I just love that movie. I think it's just a really good movie. It's the first haunted house movie where it's like, you know what, you can't leave the house. Like, every movie I'm watching, I'm like, get the fuck out of the house. Oh, you just left the house and everything's good? Well, see, there you go. This was the one where, like, you can't leave the house because they'll just fucking haunt you no matter where you're at. #2, the original Amityville Horror. Not gonna lie, I love the remake too. And in fact, if I was doing like a top 5, the remake may actually make an appearance. As much as I hate fucking Michael Bay, he did produce it, but it is a decent movie. I like it. And at #1, The Others. I mean, flat out, in my opinion, one of the best ghost stories ever. Insidious almost made the list. Your favorite twins, out there, they threw it my way. They told me to watch it. I reviewed it last week. And you know what? It's one that actually sticks with me a little more than I thought it would. Like, I thought I could just be like, I reviewed it, I liked it, it kicked to the side, but it's not gonna lie, it's up here. Like, I'm still thinking about it. It's better not, I know my original review was kind of like, I liked it, it was good, here's some things I don't like about it, but overall it's good. It's going higher, I'm not gonna lie. And actually, you know what? If it was the top 5, it actually may come in at 5. It's at 5 or 6. I mean, it's there, but yeah, they're a good one. So yeah, top 3, ghost/haunted house movies. I used to say there's 3 ways. I guess there's 4 ways now you can get me. Hit me with that video response if you want. Not forcing anybody to do that though. I mean, I don't know like what your situation is with making videos. If it's easier for you to make videos, hey, I'm cool with it. Whatever. Video responses are appreciated. Cool. You can also hit me up. All my Phantom friends over on Facebook can hit me up there. And if you guys want to become a fan friend, I'm on my little channel page, whatever you want to call it. Boom, it's there. You can just click on the Facebook thing, and you know what? I'm not a dick. I'll accept your friendship. I guess that's one thing I will say. I won't just sub you, but I will accept friendships because Phantom. Cares. You can also right down there leave a little comment, or if you want, you can even email me at a Gmail. Oh, sorry, I did it again. Jumped ahead. moviephantom7@gmail.com. So boom, there it is. Now let's go ahead and hit some news. I'm not gonna lie, it's another one it's almost light. Like really, there's only 2 news things, but I just hate to hit you guys with just 2 news things. So I did try to search around. So I sandwich it. I got like a kind of good news story here. Some filler, and then I'm gonna end it, boom. I guess they're gonna do a Scream TV series. I like the original 3 Screams. I thought they were really good. Now I know the 4th one did some money. I know the 4th one got some good critical reviews. I did not like the 4th one. I can go on a rant. I won't. I know that now I'm doing these like longer shows. I don't want to just fill it up with just me running my mouth. I'll try to get through this as quick as possible, but I just do not like the fourth one. I may review it later down the road. Right now, and it was a movie that was made for like a MTV type generation, and of course the new series is probably will debut right there on MTV. They're saying so. Another reason for me not to like it. It actually got caught in the hood. Fuck it. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it. I probably won't even watch it. There it is. And they don't know if Kevin Williamson or Wes Craven will be a part of it. I'm sure they'll throw or jump on there as EPs and fucking bring some money in, but that'll be about it. They probably won't give a shit about it. Yeah, and as far as like, you know, teeny bopper news goes, Ashley Tisdale of High School Musical fame is going to be in the next Scary Movie. Yeah, Scary Movie 5 will have Ashley Tisdale. Moving on, there is one movie I do kind of want to see. I've just seen it. I haven't seen a trailer yet. Like I keep looking for a trailer, I can't find a trailer. Man, I'm looking hard enough. But I found that the poster, the little teaser one sheet. I just love the title. And that's enough to drag me in. It was Frankenstein created bikers, and you know what? This right there, boom, I'm hooked. It had like that. It reminded me of like the SS Werewolves. That was like the little mini trailer in between the Grindhouse. And it is clearly going back to like an exploitation type movie. So, hey, if you're into the Frankenstein, I told you before. I think it was probably about a little over a month ago, I guess. But it seems like there's going to be like a shitload of these Frankenstein movies popping up now. Like Frankenstein's going to be like that next cycle that everybody's going to be hitting on. So, I think he's just trying to get on the bandwagon, and this is probably one of the better ones right here. So, and finally, hitting some Stephen King news. Now, I have reported before that they are doing a Pet Sematary remake, and a shit. Just totally blanked out there. Carrie, sorry. Don't have it written down. I'm literally looking over here like I can see it. I didn't have that one written down because I'm like, I'll remember that because we already talked about it. Yeah, they're doing the remake of Pet Sematary and Carrie. And now you may have already known this for a little bit because they've been talking about it here and there. They're doing a Dark Tower series, TV show. They're going to be like a mini series or TV series. I'm not quite sure yet what's going on with that. Ron Howard is set to produce it. I like Opie. I'm a fan. And also, yeah, the other one is they're going to do a Stand remake of The Stand, which I didn't really care for the movie. I'll be honest with you, I didn't really care for the book that much either. The book was like literally, like it was pretty good starting off, and it starts building up. You're like, yes, this is awesome. And then once like the bomb goes off, spoiler alert, and like Las Vegas is destroyed, it's like they had nowhere else to go, and King just keeps writing. And then like this whole hippie, we should love each other, and we're just going to create another Dooms. I don't know. I just didn't care. At this point at the end, since it's over, I'm like, thank God. And I'm a big Stephen King fan, but I just did not care very much for Stan. So, to be honest with you, I can really care less about the remake. But they're also hitting up some other ones. We got a It 2-part movie. Yes, they're going to actually. So I guess instead of doing like the miniseries, they're going to go ahead and just bust out the movie. Now I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not too big on the miniseries when it comes to Stephen King. Like, if I had to rank them all out, like every Stephen King movie, miniseries, whatever, you know, TV series, out, the miniseries and, like, Kingdom Hospital, it'd be a little bit lower. I just like my R-rated Stephen King shit. However, I love It. It is fucking awesome. Like, I just think it's one of the best ones. That was, like, one of those, don't get me wrong, I do hate the fact that at the end, yes, it's just a giant fucking spider, and I have not read It yet. Like, I kind of jump around when it comes to Stephen King books, and for some reason I haven't come around to it yet. I don't know if that's the way it is in the end of the book. I hope not. If not, whoever's directing it, don't do a fucking giant spider. Do something else. I don't give a shit. Make it just like off screen, like, oh no, look at it, and then I'll be happy with that. No giant spider. Ridiculous. Anyway, but they're going to do 2 movies. I guess they're going to do the first part of it and then the second part. So that's scheduled to be slated out there. Under the Dome, which is a newer Stephen King novel. They just I guess people already even hit the shelves. Like Steven Spielberg like bought up the rights. He's like, I want that one. And apparently, it got good reviews and whatnot. It is going to be they're looking for a TV series on Showtime. They're wanting to do like a Showtime series for Under the Dome. And Spielberg will be attached to produce it. And then finally, I have not read this one here. I actually own it, but I don't have it yet. I haven't read it yet. I think it's in the Dreams and Nightmare or Dreamscapes and Nightmares anthology short story, whatever you want to call it. There's a short story called The 10 O'Clock People, and they're going to be making a movie about that. Directed by Tom Holland, who did Child's Play and the original Fright Night. He also did some other ones, but I'm not gonna lie, it's the only two that really stuck out in my mind. He did some like other Stephen King adaptation. I think he did the, you know, I'm not gonna say because I'll probably get it wrong anyway. He did a couple of the miniseries though, I'm pretty sure. So boom, there it is. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to it. I have not read the book yet, and I'm not gonna lie, I'll probably wait till after the movie. I don't know if I already went on this rant or not, but I prefer, I'll just watch the movie and then read the book afterwards, because the movie's, you know, piece of shit, or has a shitty concept, I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna read the book. So that's what I'll do there. Alright, now since I took this little break, we did last week and did, you know, a little special, you know, I thought hit some movies that are coming out. Well, 3 of them have already come out in theaters, and actually 4 of them altogether. And counting right now, like as you're watching this, it's already just hit this past weekend. But we'll go through them, back through them. Piranha 3 Double D hit last week, and last week or weeks before, I think it was last week. You know the story that now the piranhas from part 1 are swimming. Somehow they got like upstream in a lake. I don't know. Like, yeah, like, I'm guessing there's a sewage pipe that went through. Anyway, they wind up in the amusement park or water park, and they're tearing it up. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm gonna say Horror Show 3000. I could be wrong on that. I know someone just did like a little mini review. They watched that and Dark Shadows back to back. I think it was Horror Show 3000, but I could be wrong. Anyways, he watched it and he said he didn't really care for it at all. I'll be honest with you, I do want to see it. Like, I'm expecting just to have a cheesy, fun, good time. Like, it's just, I picture it's going to be like something, like an R-rated version of a sci-fi movie channel. And don't get me wrong, I normally hate sci-fi movie channels until it gets to creature features. I'm a big fan of the shitty fucking creature features. And I'll admit, they are bad fucking movies. And I'm sure this will be a bad movie, but I'm sure I'll enjoy myself watching it. So, yes, looking forward to that. Now, there was 2 that kind of popped up on the radar that I didn't mention when I mentioned, like, the, you know, June movies coming up. One of them is the Apartment 143, where basically, I'm pretty sure this is a found footage one, and it's ghost possession, that kind of thing. We're hitting that all again. I'll be honest with you, I don't look forward to this one. I think this one looks kind of weak, actually. Weak sauce, for sure. And then The Loved One hit last week as well. And I talked a little bit about this before. Dude, the trailer is incredible. And basically, it's like this girl who wants to go with like this one boy to prom. He turns her down, and then kidnaps him. He wakes up in her basement, and it's her and her dad, and they're basically forcing him to have their own little prom down there. Looks twisted. I believe like the little line I said on there was it's 16 Candles meets Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And that's a brilliant little line right there. I don't know if it's a quote, because they had it in quotations, but I didn't like have who said it, so I don't know if it's a quote they made up or a tagline or whatever. It's still pretty awesome. I like that. So yeah, definitely want to see that. And then the last one that came out this weekend, Prometheus, and that's the one, of course, that we're all waiting for. And guess what? I don't have to wait, because I already saw it today. Yes, I watched it. Basic premise was, you know, man is looking for the origins of mankind, in a nutshell. You know what? Damn good prequel. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a damn good prequel. Better, and I'm not gonna lie, as I'm watching it, I'm thinking like, well, my expectations were so high for it. I was like, this is gonna be the best fucking movie ever. And as I'm watching, I'm like, oh, I hope it don't start, you know, going down. But you know what? It stays solid all the way through it. Definitely recommend it. Check it out. Boom. And once it, you know, when it comes out on DVD and we get a little more traction going, I will probably do a review later on down the road for it. But you know, right now I won't say nothing. I won't say shit. Just, you know, go check it out. So boom. All right. So I'll get some viewer comments right now. Yeah, I got a lot of comments, and I won't just go through like a list of them. I know, like, you know, Derek and Alicia and Open Gray, they all said, you know, comment on this one little thing. You know, a few weeks back I said, you know, movie fans going on the Facebook dating page. Am I looking good? Yeah, oh yeah, looking nice. And yeah, I thought I bagged one. I thought I bagged myself a bird, and that's how I said it too. I was like, I bagged a bird. And turned out, not so much. Yeah, she wanted to get behind the mask, wanted the man behind the mask, and I just will not take this fucking mask off. Look at Jason. Every time he loses his mask, what does he do? He gets another mask. Every fucking night, he destroys. Like part 7, like it gets like tight and it rips off. Motherfucker finds a new mask by part 8. He has to. He don't have to. This motherfucker's an unstoppable killing machine. He'll just wipe him by out. But he knows what? He knows the importance of the mask. Look like the family all took his mask off. That fucked the date up real quick. She was all wet and shit, took the mask off, dried up. And I don't know, I'm watching, I'm like, you know what? I was like, I'm going to school with these motherfuckers. I'm like, you know what? I know what they did. Jason can't get a girl without the mask. So, mask stays on. So, boom. Still out there, still on the prowl. You know, still got the van, the Ruthies, chloroform, you know, all the things you need for dating, I got taken care of. So boom, still out there, and so tell your friends. I just got hit on by a dude. I'm not even making this up. Like, literally, a dude just like, hey, what's up? I'm like, well, you know, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not homophobic at all. Even him with a friend request, because that's the kind of guy I am. I was like, yeah, I'm not a dude. So I do want to throw it out there. Like, I'm not homophobic, not against gay people. Rocky Horror Picture Show is one of my favorite movies of all time. You know, it's just a bunch of dudes and drag dancing and singing. It's awesome. It's a fucking awesome movie. Don't give it the wrong signal, you know. I'm not homophobic, but I'm not into dudes. So, you know, ladies out there, hit me up. And so, yeah, that's that right there. Also, yeah, Alicia made a comment. This is 2 weeks back, I think she made this comment. She made a comment, I talked about how there's a really good emotional scene in 28 Days Later. I said it plays a lot of emotion, and I went on also my 1408 when I talked about how there's, you know, very emotional thing right there, and she made a little comment. I can't remember the exact, you know, phrasing that because it was like 2 weeks ago, but she said something like, you know, to the face, like, I didn't know you liked the emotional, you know, scenes of movies. And I'm like, you know, the Phantom has a softer side. So going back to the Facebook dating thing, you know, ladies, Phantom has a heart. It's down there. You can sort of see it. It's right there. Yeah, I got a heart, you know, and it's, oh, look at that. I'm a romantic. What can I say? And finally, I mentioned his name earlier. He did the top 3, the Reels Jokers. Joker 1000. It's Jokers. He has an S. Yeah, Jokers 1000. If you're 2 people, don't crucify me either, because I'm not, you know, sure. But anyways, he asked me to do a review for the Phantasm series, not just like one. He wants me to do like the whole series. I'm like, you know what, man, I will make that happen. So I got some stuff lined up, you know, between now, you know, but I will soon, you know, we'll definitely get to it, and we will do, and I'll break it up probably 2 different shows. I'll do, you know, Phantasm 1, 2 in one show, and then the other 2 in the other. So, boom, coming your way soon. So, wait till we get some reviews here. Now, I don't have the visual aids on me. Can't bust them out right here because I actually had to borrow one from a friend, and then because I don't, like I said, these are middle deck. I don't fucking own these. And then one of them actually, I do have it. I'm just not gonna bust that. It's on a VHS. It's like a, it's over there. I'm not getting it. It's the Changeling, I got it on there. So we'll hit Changeling first, 1980, George C. Scott. Basic premise is, you know, he, after suffering a, you know, huge tragedy in his life, you know, this dude who's a composer moves into this mansion that is haunted. That's it in a nutshell. Alright, I'm gonna drop spoilers because, you know, fuck it. Okay, don't get me wrong, the tone, you can probably tell the tone now. I'm just like, can't, you know, it looked, I mean, it's beautifully shot. It's well acted. The script's not even that bad. But you gotta have an interesting story. That's the thing. Like, you have to. And the thing is, like, it starts off pretty decent. Like, it has its creepy moments. I won't lie to you. Any movie you've seen in the past 30 years where, like, a red ball rolls into the room or bounces down the stairs, got it from this one right here. The Changeling is the one that did this. And what happens is, early in the movie, they're out in the road. He stops. I think they ran out of gas. Like, the whole family's like pushing the car, and he has his wife and daughter, little girl, like pushing the car, and he's like in there, kind of like sort of walking it, but he's you know. I'm just like, that's awesome. Like, I let the wife do it, or even the kid, but he's just like, no, because this is old school. He's like, it's the '80s, it's late '70s, early '80s. Fuck them. They have no rights right now. We're gonna let them do the hard stuff, and I'm George C. Scott, damn it. You know. Anyways, yeah. He makes a song called, there's like a phone booth in the middle of nowhere, like literally just fucking middle of nowhere, side of the road phone booth. Convenient, gets in there, and a car comes around, and there's a truck at the same time, and I think it's one of them swerves to miss it, but they end up hitting, running over his wife and daughter. So in this, you know, obviously, you know, it hits him, you know, so he trying to get off his life. He moves to Seattle, and he goes into this, he gets his mansion. And his plan is just like he's teaching at a university, and he's just like, you know what, it's just time to get my life back together. I'm going to go in this big mansion, I'm going to compose, all this shit. And it turns out the house is haunted. And you know what, it does. It has some really good setups. And it is, I mean, it's a slow burn. I don't give the impression like I mean, it's all pretty, you know, slowly paced. My problem is, I don't know, it just seems like there's no real good climax to it. Like, it's like, alright guys, you could maybe you can get this one right here. It's like, you know, you have a girl give you a hand job, right? And she's jerking you off. The thing is, like, she's afraid to, like, grip up on it. You know what I'm talking about. That weak-ass fucking hand job where she's, like, you know, she's literally just kind of like, you know, and the whole time, like, don't get me wrong, it's a hand job, so, you know, girls touching your dick, so you're still hard, but you're not gonna come. You're not gonna come at all. You're sitting there just like, and you can't be shitty about it. You can't just be like, oh, you know, time. So you're sitting there just like, yeah, no, you're doing good. Oh, it feels good. It doesn't feel good at all, because it's just like, it's teasing, it's all done. And then, like, midway through, you got kind of like, you know, take over yourself. And then, of course, you know, as you're about ready to shoot it, she wants to grab it and try to finish it out. And it's the most unsatisfying hand job you've had in your life. That's the Changeling right there. Like, it literally is, like, it's just like you're getting jerked off forever, and then when the end comes, you're like, I don't even care at this point. And then you have to, like, wait, like, you know, 10 minutes so you can kind of recharge your battery, and then hurry and beat off again and get a better, satisfying one. And that's what I did. I watched Changeling. I was like, you know what, I'm going to throw in something else. And I did. I don't know why. I watched something, I think it was like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia or something. Just had to get, like, the, you know, unsatisfying feel of, you know, the Changeling out. And the whole thing is, like, when you first watch it, you think it's the, spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear it, just fast forward, like, you know, 2 minutes. You think, like, it's his, like, I thought, you know, maybe you won't, but I thought, like, his daughter was, like, coming back to him. Because, like, the whole time, like, she's, like, her favorite ball, she had a favorite ball, like a dog, I guess, but she's playing, you know, the ball with him. Like, you know, the whole time the ball's coming down. So you think, like, I'm assuming it's his daughter, and it's not. Like, it's literally just, this kid that was, I don't know if he's retarded or not. He was handicapped. Anyways, the twist is, the dad was rich and wealthy, and he wanted, like, this legacy to go on. But you got a kid in a wheelchair, which I thought was kind of shitty. I'm like, you know, Professor X is in a wheelchair, and he's doing pretty good for himself. Anyways, he drowns his kid, and then, like, sends him off to, like, a school somewhere, I think, overseas, and then he gets another kid over there, brings him back over, and then that kid becomes, like, you know, his new son, and no one knows the difference. Like, they don't ever say anything, and so everybody assumes, like, that's his, you know, biological boy. And that's it. And then, like, this kid Ghost is just pissed off, and just like he's gonna keep bugging George C. Scott till he uncovers it. And once again, there's a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do recommend it, so you can see it. Like, I recommend almost any movie. Like, I mean, even if it's a bad movie, like, I recommend it. I mean, at least watch it, form your own opinion. You know, and we can comment and talk about it later. I'm just saying it ain't that good. That's all I'm saying. Like, it is very low on my list of, like, So, like, in one scene in particular, like, his girlfriend, who's played by his wife in real life, goes upstairs, and there's a hidden room they find. Well, anyway, there's a wheelchair in there, and the wheelchair, like, turns on her. Now, it is like one of those old school wheelchair, like, probably from, like, the 1800s, something like that. And it looks scary as shit. Like, some of you find, like, some kind of, like, mental asylum anyways. But the wheelchair's chasing her. And maybe, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure if I was in a mansion getting chased by a wheelchair, I'd be shitting down my pants and crying like a little girl, trying to get run by this wheelchair. But when you're watching it on the screen, it just looks cheesy as shit. And, you know, she's running, there's a wheelchair following her. And, like, they didn't have the money for special effects to show a wheelchair going down the steps, hardly. So it's like, always like she's running down the steps, as it's, like, right there. And then, of course, they'd cut to her run down the hall again, and then it's, like, right behind her. And, like, you know, it goes down the stairs pretty easy. I would just, like, somehow try to, like, jump around it and go back upstairs. See how good it is going upstairs. That's all I'm saying. And I'm like, you know, why would you try to attack her? Like, what did she do? Like, her boyfriend's trying to help you solve the mystery. What a dick. I don't know. I thought the ghost was just kind of dickish. There's a lot I can go into, but, why bother? So, yeah, Changeling. Fucking check it out, but I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't feeling it. And speaking of Sierra, I wasn't feeling it. There's another one. We're going to jump ahead to 1994. In the Mouth of Madness, John Carpenter. In this one, the basic premise is a very popular horror writer disappears, and so this insurance investigator looking for him. Alright, awesome premise. Like, this premise is incredible. Like, I love the idea. The horror writer goes missing, and you know, they're like, of course the insurance like, you know, well, I think you're full of shit, we're going to investigate. So he takes the case. Now what happens is, what he does, and what happens is, like, everybody, like, this guy's missing. They're waiting for, like, the name, and his name is Sutter Kane. And which, you know, King, and there's a lot of Stephen King type references in there too. And obviously he's supposed to be like a parody of Stephen King in a way. Or maybe not parody, I don't want to say, because, you know, John Carpenter and Stephen King are really good friends, so we'll say an homage to Stephen King. But, you know, he's like the it writer right now. And people are losing their fucking minds. Like, they're like, when's the next book coming out? And there's riots and shit. And people are just, and apparently you read his books, you go crazy and fucking, you know, and you get, like, paranoid. Now, it's a good premise. Like I said, it starts off, you're like, alright, this is pretty decent. So, as he's investigating, he decides he's going to start reading, the Sutter Kane books. And he has, like, all laid out there. Now, we have no idea where he's at all. How he finds him, or finds out where he's at, is See, in his books, he has a fictional town called Hobbs End. It's kind of like Castle Rock with Stephen King. So what he does is he thinks, like, I forget like how he figured out it's actually Hobbs End, like he's hiding in Hobbs End. But anyways, he gets all these novels out. He's looking at them. He's just like, huh. And he starts cutting them in random little designs. He puts them together, and it makes a map of, I believe they were New Hampshire. And it makes a New Hampshire map out of like these random shards. And even then, you can't even tell what the hell he's looking at. He's just like, there he is. That's where Sutter Kane's at. He's in this small town of Hobbs End. What? How did you even come up with that? Like, I'm looking at this, like, I watched it 3 times now. I seen it once when I was a kid. I didn't understand it then. I watched it about a year ago, and then when I decided I'm going to do a review on it, I watched it just now, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how do you see a map at all? It'd be different, like, if every, like, cover had, like, a weird red line. Like, in different directions, obviously. Like, you know, this book has a red line going this way, and this one has one going this way, and one of them's like this. And I'm like, well, let me connect the dots here. And he would put, no, there is no lines. It's just like he just, like, randomly grabs, like, 6 covers, butchers them, pastes them together, and then, boom, there it is. He's just like, there's a map. Are you fucking kidding me? It's ridiculous. It really is. And that's when it starts going downhill. Like, right there, that's where it starts plummeting down. Also, Carpenter, and he's said it before, I've seen him in interviews, he's a big H.P. Lovecraft fan. I like Lovecraft as well. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan, but I do like, you know, some of his stuff. And Lovecraft's big thing was he never would really show you the monster. He would describe it in, like, weird, vague ways, where, like, you'd form the image in your head, like, you would really create your own monster. He'd just give you a bunch of adjectives, throw them together, and then you just be like, oh, and that's the monster. And no, I'm wrong, I mean, it was effective. But here he tries to show you the line, and he shouldn't have. Like, when you find out the whole thing is like the writer has found like a portal, like he can tear open our reality and let these creatures come through. But you can see the creatures and you see the monsters when everybody's changing. And I'm like, right there, like, it worked for the thing. The thing, it worked beautifully. It don't work here. And I don't know why, it just doesn't. And I'm just, oh, excuse me, I'm just like, you know, I don't know. The girl that plays, like, not even his love interest, like the girl that, like, tags along for the ride. I believe she was in Fright Night Part 2. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. Anyways, she looks like she's just bored out of her mind this whole movie. Not even giving that good of a performance hardly at all. And then the guy who plays it, Sam Neill. Yeah, Sam Neill. Dude who's in Jurassic Park. Dr. Grant. I don't think he's that great of an actor. Everybody's like, oh, he's too subtle. Like, he's mad, he's just kind of subtle. And I don't know. I don't like the guy hardly at all. Like, he's great in Jurassic Park, 1 and 3. I don't care for him in this at all. Anyways, yeah, it just seemed like it's just one of those movies that it could have been fucking awesome. And I feel like it was really condensed to this really short running time too. Because what happens is after this curse is released, like everybody's reading the books and now everybody's reality is coming apart. It goes from like him being in a nut house and he escapes the nut house. Doesn't really escape, I mean, he just kind of gets out. But then like it's like, oh, the world's already over. And you hear like one thing over the radio, I think, and they're like, oh, what's going on? I'm like, no, I would have loved to see like, you know, what are people in D.C. doing? They're like, my God, you know, Mr. President, everybody's reading a book and shit's going crazy and creatures are coming out of thin air. I would love to see that. Like, it could have been 2 movies. Like, here's like him fucking up and, you know, releasing this. And in part 2 could have been like the apocalyptic, you know, So yeah, I don't know. I didn't like it. I recommend it. Well, I mean, the direction ain't really bad either. And I won't say nothing about the special effects. Like KMB did them, they're great. There's some scenes that look like there's a scene where like the dude literally like tears his face open, and it's like you're looking into this dark abyss and it's into the other world. And it looks kind of, you know, but I'm like, you know, for its time, it's not bad. Like, I don't nitpick too much on older movies and their special effects. Like, today I'll nitpick because, goddamn it, you know, we should be able to do better. Like, we've done better. And we produce shitty cartoon-looking shit. Back then, I won't really bitch about it. I won't bitch about anything pre-2000. Or, no, we'll say 9/11. I'll say anything pre-9/11. You know, maybe we didn't have our shit together. We should have. Post-9/11, goddamn it, you know, we should have our shit together. Especially after 9/11, because, you know, come on. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Check it out. I'm not putting too much, you know, things into it. So, yeah, that's it. So, yeah, I guess we come to our conclusion right there. So, yeah, if you want to hit me up once again, you know, send me a video response. Hit me up on my, you know, YouTube channel, my Facebook, moviefam7@gmail.com. hey, any way you can get a hold of me, comment down below, whatever you gotta do. So, all right, I'm out, guys, and yeah, I'll see you next week. Boom.